What if I told you that a sitting president was captured by another country's military not during a world war, not after a UN resolution, but in a sudden unilateral operation? In January 26, the United States took Nicolas Maduro, the president of Venezuela, into custody. Supporters call it justice. Critics call it kidnapping. The world asks one question: is this how global wars begin? In a coordinated military operation, US forces entered Venezuelan territory, detained President Maduro, and flew him to the United States. Washington claims the move was based on criminal charges, including narco-terrorism, drug trafficking, links to organized crime. US officials framed this as a law enforcement action, not an invasion. But here's the problem. Maduro wasn't a fugitive hiding in the shadows. He was a sitting head of state, and under international law, that changes everything. Let's go beyond official statements. Venezuela sits on one of the largest oil reserves on Earth, larger than Saudi Arabia. For years, US companies were locked out. Sanctions crippled Venezuelan oil exports. China and Russia filled the vacuum. By removing Maduro, the US gains strategic influence over energy markets, reduced Chinese and Russian presence in Latin America, control over a geopolitical pressure point near US borders. This isn't just about drugs. This is about power, resources, and influence. The reaction was immediate. Countries aligned against the US, including Russia, China, and Iran, condemned the move as illegal and dangerous. Even neutral nations raised alarms. The United Nations warned that detaining a sitting president without UN authorization sets a dangerous global precedent. Why? Because if one superpower can do this, any superpower can. Let's be clear. This does not mean World War III starts tomorrow, but it does increase three serious risks: proxy conflicts, collapse of international rules, energy and economic shockwaves. History shows us this pattern. Wars don't begin with missiles. They begin when rules stop mattering. The arrest of Venezuela's president isn't just a regional crisis. It's a warning. A world where power overrides law might replace diplomacy, and global trust erodes one crisis at a time. The real question isn't whether this starts a world war. The real question is, how many such actions will the world tolerate before one finally does?